What is up? Palmer, Mind of Milton, Sharp Guy, Drink Water. How y'all doing? I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. There we go. Let's see if I can change this layout a little bit. That's kind of cool. All right, cool. How's everybody doing tonight? I got the absolute worst snacks possible to keep me alive and well tonight. See if that works. There we go. Cool. I got a Celsius. What's up, Cheeto? Yes, very much so. Cheeto Wednesday humping work-life balance. I got a blue raspberry Celsius and some Samoas. It's not a very good combination. I don't recommend it, but I'm gonna go for it because I really like Samoas. And yeah, Palmer. Celsius is already a bad start for sure. I was looking for something that had a little bit of caffeine, but not a ton of caffeine, and with a little bit of flavor, but not too sugary. And that's what I came up with. It's not the best. So, what's up, Crispy? How you doing? I am in a photo booth at the mall. Thank you for realizing that. Yeah, they were going out of style, and I wanted to try and bring them back in. So I definitely jumped into a photo booth at the mall. No, I'm in my garage. This is a small little. I think this is designed for your garbage cans. You're supposed to put your garbage cans in here. But because I like to do this knife stuff and everything, I designed a little bit. I put some soundproofing over here, and I've got some foam on the wall in front of me as well to kind of create less echoing in here. And then I got a shower curtain. Actually, no, it's a blackout curtain to kind of block off that area as well. And so I set up a little studio. So I'm not in the mall, but I got a little studio going on in here. So let's see, we got a couple other people coming in. Todd Carr, how you doing? What's up? Steve Wallace in the house. Thank you very much. Cheeto LaMafio. That was an excellent live that night. I was rolling with Stevie and Maddie and Sharif and everything that was going on that night that came to life. That was hilarious. So yeah, I don't have much on the books tonight, but I wanted to get in here and talk a little bit and have some fun because I had a little bit of free time and I wasn't able to do a live last night, which I tried to do Tuesday late nights after Sharif. But I wanted to talk about how horrible. Yes, I always have snacks. I'm a snacker. It's what I do, Mind of Milton. I wanted to talk about how horrible the day was today. It was just a absolute crap day. And I'm not going to talk about the places I went or the people I interacted with because I want to respect people. Snacking with Steven, that's such a good one. Yes, I'm always snacking. But today was a really crapshoot day, and it was just started off horrible. Woke up this morning and had an alert from my bank. Last night, we got some takeout food, brought it home. This morning, I woke up, had an alert from my bank saying, hey, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, just 15 minutes away from Stevie, Todd Carr. Got an alert from the bank saying, hey, it looks like you were overcharged last night, or duplicate charges happened last night. So I looked at my account, and I had 4 charges for one takeout order for 6 people. So there were 6 of us, and we paid for it last night, and I had 4 charges come through for that. It's like $150, and it came through 4 times last night. So I called my bank, and they said, call the restaurant. Called the restaurant, and the restaurant said, you're out of luck. And I was frustrated, but I understand it. I work in an industry where sometimes you've got online orders that come through. They pick up, they drop off. Once the order, ooh, that is like a lightsaber back there. Ooh, wicked. Once the order is picked up, then you get charged. But if it doesn't, you have that pending transaction forever. So I have 3 pending transactions from this restaurant, and I fully understand it's out of their control. I know they can't do much about it, but it sucks. So then I go and try and transfer my wife's car tabs from Arizona to Washington, and they want to charge us the tax on the vehicle. It was just, I was so dumb because they were like, no, you haven't owned it for more than a year. I go, I have. They go, but your license says that you've lived in Washington since 2020. I said, no, I lived in Washington and then I moved to Arizona for a year and a half and then I moved back. And when I left the state, they didn't like confiscate my license and say, hey, we're going to cut this up. So when I moved back to Washington, I had a valid Washington driver's license still. And they could not comprehend that. And they thought I was trying to cheat stuff and it was done. Hey, what's up, Lefty? Yeah, it's a pretty sick hat for sure. I wear this thing almost every day, and people at work are always like, oh, it's a really cool hat. I really like knives. And I was like, do you know anything about Devo knives? No one has yet to say, yes, I do, but I always show them a Devo if I'm carrying it and everything. So yeah. I don't know if he's talking about me or you, but that was definitely in there. Thanks for popping in for a little bit. I believe you are 3 hours ahead. So yeah, get some good night's sleep. Snacking with Steve. I really like that. I think I might start calling these that because I frequently have snacks every week. And if y'all haven't noticed, it has been a different snack every single time too. So maybe I'll start my own snacking series of what's our late night snacks that we go through as we do this. Oh, hey, in the pocket from the last live, we went through, we searched, we found it. I've got my Zon, courtesy of Ian. I've got my Zon. It came in. Man, I was excited to get this for sure. And so I haven't carried it as much because, yeah, Palmer, I was so excited last week when this popped up on Blade Binge. And then when Ian had one that he was willing to sell, made it feel even better. It was destined to come out, so I was stoked to get this for sure. But I haven't been carrying it as much because I've been carrying another new knife, the 3.25 Harsey. So I did a trade for this one. I traded for this one and got this because I loved the 4-inch Harsey so much that I got that 3.25. Lefty, the Zon is amazing. It's not garbage. It's an amazing knife. You just hate it because you're left-handed and you can't do this. Look at that. Look at that. So sweet. So sweet. It's a beautiful knife. Just put skiffs in it and it'll be fine. I was so stoked to get this though. I'm glad that it came in. I used it to rip apart some boxes today. Used it to tear down a couple sweet cardboard pieces. And I actually made my own box with the cardboard stuff. You've tried a Lefty and it's still garbage. Well, I love it regardless. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of my favorite knives of all time. I think like if Devo could make something like this, they might actually be like one of the greatest knife companies ever. No, I'm just throwing shit. Another new knife though, as Kevin's still here possibly, our Vanex Stout V2 came in. This bad boy is amazing. I just did a video on this yesterday on the unboxing for it, and spoiler alert, on the 16th I will have a new kind of view because I've got 2 cameras now. So I'm going to copy what a couple other YouTubers do because I think it's really cool, and you will see my face here while you have a top down here for some of the videos. Won't be for every video because it takes more time in editing and stuff like that, but it will be coming at you. So the tall boy coming soon, 3.6-inch blade. Dang, that's going to be a really, really nice knife. So yeah. No, this I talk about this. I've got 2 knives that came in that are gonna rival for main pocket time, and it's the 3.25 Harsey and the Stout V2. I love this knife. I love the design. I love the feel of it. It's perfect size for me. But the original Stout was one of my favorite knives. Right here, I've got the original Stout right there. So it was one of my favorite knives. The fact that it is a little bit thinner. You've got the jimping on the back and Vanex. Oh, damn, this is a good knife. So it's definitely going to be rivaling that Harsey for some pocket time for sure. So, yeah. And speaking of, we got the 4-inch right here, Harsey. So I need my cookie. I need a little bit more cookie in here. Knife Nut, Angelo. Had a couple other people swing in here. 5-door, what's up? Your comments keep coming in. Twang Thang. Thank you all for swinging by. Thanks for hanging out. The theme tonight is want to hear a story. And so I was going to tell you a story, not read you a story. But I was looking for, I have these dice that you can roll, and they give you themes to tell a story with. They're for camping. They're the RC in the trash. You have a Stout. I was gonna build a story to tell you all tonight and have some like snacking with Steve. What's up, Steve Clare? Hey, check it out. Steve Clare. I got mine on. I'm so stoked about it. This thing's amazing. I really love it. This was a knife that had so much hype that I actually felt lived up to it. So pretty stoked about that for sure. Yeah, I was going to tell a story tonight and go through all that stuff, but then I couldn't find my dice. So no dice, no story. Story time, no dice, nothing there. Yeah, Lefty doesn't like any tactical USA made knife. Although Lefty loves Hinders. They're his favorite knives. He thinks they're really amazing. As well as Gavco. Yeah, Lefty really likes Gavco. He thinks they are high quality. If you want to have a really, really, really good Gavco, cool story, bro. If you really want to have like a Gavco fanboy, Kevin is your like the poster child for Gavco fanboy. I'm gonna get in trouble. That's not trouble, but I'm gonna get myself into a little bit. So yeah, I've got this though through the pass around right now. This is the Dogfish from Kaiser, and this thing is, I really like this. So for those of y'all who aren't into anything that is USA made and you don't like tactical knives, this thing is pretty sweet, and it's cheap too. I was surprised at how cheap this was, but yeah. I could tell you a story about the thing that I'm looking at right now. It's a Steve Largent signed Hall of Fame NFL football, Hall of Fame 95, I believe, inductee of 95. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, Steve Largent is kind of a big deal because he's one of the greatest players to go through the Seattle Seahawks. I'm trying to open up YouTube over here on my laptop as well, because right now StreamYard's right here and this is over here, to see if I can get in. And I don't know how to make, I did it the other day and I made moderators for some of y'all, but live, let's get in, let's mute this so you don't hear me in the background. There we go. Boom. There we go. Now we've got moderators in the channel. We can get rid of all the violent Sex bots. What's up, Nathan? How you doing? Congratulations, bro. For y'all who don't know, Nathan, just the tip EDC, just dropped in. He did some customization on a couple knives for that I've purchased, and that he's got one that he's sending back to me. But he did all the work on this. So he did all the ano work on this. This was a stone wash through and through. He did the bronze ano. He did the bluish ano here as well, and this thing, and then he did the blade as well. So this thing is pretty sweet. And my boy just got married, and so just congratulations on that, Nathan. Woohoo! I'm pretty stoked for you. I know you're happy and having a good time. So yeah. And looks like the golf wall is on its way back. So thank you very much. I'm stoked about that. Go ahead and hit up his Instagram. He's also got a YouTube channel. You can follow him. He does some really good work on customization and has some sweet stuff. He also has a really wicked snake collection. And that sounds, I'm not joking. He's got a snake collection. So he's got like a bunch of different exotic snakes that he collects and has. They're pretty cool. So I would never have that collection because I'm terrified of snakes. So have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, Kev. What's up, Chef Rocky? How's it going? All right. Trying to put some moderators in here. Sweet. Yeah, if anybody can, because I don't know how to do anything when it comes to technology and stuff. If someone knows or can find Nathan, just the tip EDC's Instagram and post it there, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I'm gonna try and find the video of see if I can find it, of the golf wall that he customized for me. I can't find it. Why is this so hard to find? You think it would be easy. Oh, actually, I know what I could do. If someone has already done it, then thank you. That's awesome. But I think I can find it this way, because I'll go to wait till it comes back around to the beginning. I hate how Instagram does that. You can't like scroll back on the video at all. It has to, you have to wait till it gets to the very end and then pull it through and then come out. I wish you could just scroll back, but you can't, and that drives me crazy. So I sent this golf ball to him a while ago to have him kind of strip some of the ano and put it to a color. I didn't really have anything in mind. I just said, can you make it look cool for me? It's a knife that I carry frequently and just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. So he made it look pretty sweet. I'm excited for it. And he put it in the mail today, so it'll be coming here next week. Let's see if I can go ahead and jump over to StreamYard, and then let's see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Share. All right. Can y'all see that? Probably. We'll see it pop up here. That's one thing I've noticed. If I keep a second screen so I can see what I'm doing, so I make sure I'm not doing something stupid. But all right, I'll go ahead and play this real quick. So this is what it looked like beforehand. It had kind of a topo ano on the golf ball. It had that just satin blade, and that's what he did to it. He's got the teal with kind of the purple and the pivot accent there. And then he did the dark wash on the hardware and the blade there. So I'm so stoked. Oh man, that thing is so sweet. And it had a little bit of a play to it too. And he said he was able to take the play out, which was awesome. So I have had to mess with that knife over and over, play would come back and then I'd take it out and then it'd come back and then I'd take it out. So hopefully whatever he did made it so it just stays out for good. But the thing is, I'm excited, and it's going to be a one of a kind. That's what it was beforehand, just kind of a refresh look at that right there. But I'm definitely excited to see that. Oh man, I really, really like that knife. The way that turned out so good, man. Let's see. There were lots of things that came in here. There are so many comments popping through so fast. I like the music too. It definitely gives me GoldenEye vibes. And it's one that I found that for the shorter lives, less than just 2 hours or under, it doesn't stop. But it kind of feels like you're in a club almost. It's like that kind of like smooth club music. This is how I dance. This is what I do. This is how I jiggy with it. I don't know if people say that anymore, but only mods can post links. Okay, thanks, Todd Carr. There are a couple moderators in here now that I can think of. Knife Nut, I hope that was for the golf ball, because I'm excited about that golf ball. Yeah, nobody earns what they deserve when it comes to mods, that's for sure. I don't think anyone that I know, and it's hard. From what I understand, it's hard to charge people like what is a reasonable price sometimes, because some people will buy a knife for $200, and then if they want to mod it, jiggy jiggy. Yeah, if they want to mod it, it's another $150, and then if you ever get rid of it, you're never going to get your money back. So nobody wants to pay for the mods because of that. Thank you, Stevie. But that's Nathan's channel. If y'all want to take a look at it and support him, that would be awesome. He does some really good stuff, and he's got some really cool. These nerds are talking YouTube mods. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, 5-door. Yep. See, this is what happens when you don't catch up to things. But still, the point stands that anybody who does modification work rarely gets what they are deserved for modding it. I know Nathan probably deserves way more money than people are paying him to, or he's charging people, because the work he does is fantastic. I've had now the golf ball will be the third knife that he sent over that has been modded. And work holds up. It's good. It's nice. And he puts a lot of effort into it. So, yeah. Sweet. Nathan said he's got a full video on his channel of the mod work over there. I'm pretty sure that might be what Stevie posted there. But 5-door talking about mods for this. Yeah. Angelo, if you weren't subbed, sub to it. Fantastic. He's been doing this for a while. And he's not afraid to do some pretty expensive knives either. So he's bought some pretty expensive knives and done some mods to them. He's done some pretty sweet work too. I think he's got an f5.5 that he did some really good work to on there as well. He had a Hinderer that he did some work to a while ago as well. So he's had some really good stuff. Yes, Transparent Knife, you get paid absolutely nothing for modding this chat. And you never will. I'm just gonna put that out there. You haven't yet, and you never will. But I very much appreciate it. So thank you very much. Jake Horse. One time at band camp, I never actually went to band camp. So I was a band nerd, but I never went to band camp because my summers were filled with soccer camp. So one time at soccer camp, and the story ends there. All the secret mods show up now. Yeah, for sure. Everyone is just sneaking in. No, you gotta just have just enough mods in here. I think Mind of Milton, I think his Instagram is just his name. So it's Nathan and I might butcher the last name, but Carreras. So it's just the Instagram for it there. So, but yeah, I gotta have just enough mods in there so you keep all the violent sex robots out, so people don't come in and start putting a bunch of things. But Stevie just posted the link up above for Nathan. Thank you very much, Stevie. I very much appreciate that. And he posted it again right below it. So look for the giant thing that says "Mom." That's for you, Mind of Milton. This is the capital M O lowercase of, and then capital M for Milton. That is right there for you. What's up, Hinder Collector? How you doing? Stevie, you're a good mod, no matter what Maddie says. Stevie is all the sex robot we could ask for. I know you guys aren't looking at the same screen that I'm looking at, but I might get myself in trouble because I was looking at Blade Binge again. I'm not going to buy anything because... Oh, story time. I was on a live earlier tonight in the crowd, in the chat over here doing stuff. And somebody said, hey, who wants a mystery box for $100? And me says, that sounds like a great idea. I can throw $100 out there. I can't. I probably shouldn't. But I was like, you know what? I will. And so I put $100 on the line, and I got tracking information. Once it gets here, I will pay for that box, whatever it may be. I really hope it's not glitter. I hope it's not spicy chocolate. I hope it's nothing like that. I was told it would be a knife, and I was told that it would be worth it. So I'm thinking like a Rosecraft or that would be awesome. I'm thinking about this now. What if it was a Phoenix? What if it was a Phoenix that came in? And then I could be like, hey, Maddie, you said this is the knife that would come in, but look, it's a Phoenix. I really hope. Yeah, spicy glitter. Oh, that would be the worst. I really hope it's not anthrax. That's the one thing I'm not. You know what? I got vaccinated for everything except for anthrax. I grew up, and every single year I went to school, they were like, do you have your shots? And that's the one I missed was anthrax. No, I know ENG won't disappoint. I just got the Zon from him, and that's why I was like, you know what? Bro did me a solid on this. If he's looking to get $100 and has a sweet mystery box, I'll do it. I'll do $100 for that because this was well worth every penny I paid for it. And I was gonna pay $600 for one on Blade Binge, and he did me a solid. So 100% I'll do a solid and send Ian $100 for a mystery box. Plus, it's a mystery box. It's like Christmas in the middle of March. It's so cool. Whoa, wait, what? Who grew up? No one grew up. It was just part of life. It's a saying, I guess. It's a hinder. I hope it's not a hinder. I would feel bad if he gave me a knife that was worth more than like $150 for $100. I would feel bad unless it was like incredibly beat down and like well used and a couple years old and just like, yeah, I've got this. I would feel really bad. Not because I don't want to hinder, because I don't want to pay $100 to somebody that is a part of the community really awesome and do that. If it's an Elementum, it just goes into the collection. I've got a couple of them. The Elementums are my wife's knife. ENG's cool, but not that cool. So these are my wife's knife. They anytime I get them, she likes them. The blade's easy for her. She carries one or two of these around. That's what they do. So, ooh, someone just posted something for Cheeto. Crispy just posted. I don't know if it's just Cheeto's link or whatnot, but y'all should definitely go check that out. Where is Cheeto? Cheeto was in here earlier. Now Cheeto's lurking. You lurkers? We talked about this on the last live. Lurkers, make yourself known. You creepy lurkers in the background. I can not see you, but I know you're there because I only see like 4 or 5. It's just lurking. Exactly, Ian. There's Cheeto. Oh, call him out. And sure enough, then he starts speaking. Oh, hi, I'm Cheeto. I'm here. I'm not lurking. I'm just sitting around. That's an acceptable excuse. That's an acceptable excuse. I won't tell anybody that you're doing this while you're at work, Beef Baron. That's Beefer. You could definitely just be lurking there. I don't know if Maddie's lurking. Maddie's probably sleeping. This is his like week that he's not working and he's doing other stuff. So I'm assuming Maddie's probably sleeping and doing what other else stuff. But if Maddie is here lurking and I find out later Maddie was lurking, I'm gonna call him out for sure. So what's up, Neil McKinsey? How you doing? Jim Short, I'm lurking, trying to fall asleep. I thank you for lurking and trying to fall asleep, Jim. I don't know if my voice is the most soothing thing to fall asleep to, but if it isn't, then, my wife just told me today is my brother-in-law Ethan's birthday. So I need to make sure that I tell him happy birthday when I get done with this. See, what would I do? I legitimately a couple of years ago forgot it was my birthday. I woke up and my wife was like, hey, what are we going to do for your birthday today? So I would do nothing without her. So I need to make sure that I say happy birthday because he has helped me quite a bit with my channel and editing and giving me information and stuff. So yeah, way better than what's on TV by far. Well, that's a compliment. I'll take it. Thanks. Neil McKinsey, what have you been up to recently? Neil, is that your cat in your picture? Is that your black cat? Is that cat? This might be a touchy subject, so I apologize. Is that cat still with us? I'm not a big cat person, but I like black cats. Like if I were to get a cat, it would be a black cat because black cats are some of my favorite. That's a lot of hostility directed to all of us who are just here to listen to you eat. That's very, very interesting. I don't know how I should take that. You're here listening, just woke up, saying hi for a few minutes. What's up, Dean? Thanks for swinging in. Glad you're here to say hi for a couple minutes. That's a very good call out, though. That was a lot of hostility towards lurkers who were just here listening to me eat food. She eats dog food? Dang. I have a black cat named Luna, and she eats dog food. I've never had a cat, and I've never had a cat that ate dog food for sure. But if I did, that would be cool. All right. Luna is a beast, that's for sure. Cool. So, story time. We're going to go into a story. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have the dice to start the story. But what I was going to do is I was going to use AI to create a story and have AI give me something just for fun because I got nothing to do tonight, but I wanted to tell a story. Stevie, it's not going to be that good of a story. You don't need popcorn. You need cookies. Specifically. Oh no, where'd the box go? Where'd the box go? My cookies disappeared. I have one cookie left. The box disappeared. Oh well. I'll find another box of cookies somewhere. I'm legitimately concerned about my cookies. Oh well. I still have this cookie, so that'll last me a little bit more. But we're going to use AI to give us a prompt for story time, and then we're going to go in and tell a story. Full transparency. I'm horrible at telling stories. I talk a lot in big circles, and it means nothing. She's gone. Had to take her to a farm out in the country. Lifetime of upper respiratory problems. That's a bummer, man. But I'm glad that she's in a good place. We'll say that. So, yeah. Okay, no more cookies for you. That's right. Sharp Guy, please make it about a secret throat home hidden by a beard in the Pacific Northwest. A secret throat home? I don't know what a throat home is. What's a throat? Oh, No, it's not going to be that kind of story. Sorry, sharp guy. It's not going to be that kind of story. And it won't be a violent sex robot story either. So, Palmer, I hate to get you down tonight, but unfortunately, it's not going to be a violent sex robot story. We're going to tell a story about Timmy. So, we're going to tell about a story. It's about Timmy and some golf balls. So, Timmy was a kid. Timmy was a kid. He grew up a kid. He was always a kid. He loved to be a kid. When he was a kid, Timmy loved golf balls. He would do anything for a golf ball. Timmy, in fact, loved golf balls so much that he started collecting golf balls. And this was the only way that Timmy's dad and mom could get him to do things. So they realized Timmy was motivated by golf balls. So when they wanted Timmy to do something, they would ask him, Timmy, how can we help you? What can we do? And Timmy would say, yep, Timmy loves balls. He loves his golf balls. Timmy would say, well, I'll do it if you give me a golf ball. So it started when he was young. Timmy, we really need you to learn how to use the potty. We need to get potty trained. If you stop peeing your pants, we're going to give you one golf ball and $1. And Timmy was like, okay, I'll do that. That's awesome. I can do that, Mom and Dad. And so Timmy was potty trained. He got a golf ball and $1. And then Timmy grew up and he was a little bit older. And Timmy went to elementary school, and Timmy wanted to learn how to play soccer, but Timmy was scared of the ball because anytime kids would kick the ball at him, Timmy would be afraid. So Timmy's dad was like, Timmy, you need to work on your courage a little bit. So we're going to go out and play soccer. And if you play soccer for the whole year, at the end of the year, I'm going to give you 10 golf balls and $10. Timmy's like, I can do it. So he spent the whole year, got 10 golf balls and $10 when he was done. And then he gets through elementary school and he's in the middle school. And Timmy steps up and he says, hey, Dad, I really want to be good, but I don't know how I can achieve things in life without knowing more. So if I get a 3.0, Timmy is now old enough that he's bargaining with his dad for the golf balls. Because if I get a 3.0, can I get 100 golf balls and $100? Timmy's dad said, if you graduate with a 3.0, I'll give you 100 golf balls and $100. So Timmy then works his butt off, graduates with 3.0, and his dad said, here's $100 and 100 golf balls. And Timmy was like, awesome, thanks, Dad. And then he takes his golf balls and goes and puts them in his storage and hides away and everything. Now Timmy's in high school, and he's really trying really hard. And he said, Dad, I want to set another goal for myself, but I need to be motivated. Can I get 1,000 golf balls and $1,000 if I graduate valedictorian? And his dad said, yeah, sure. If you graduate valedictorian, I'm going to give you 1,000 golf balls and $1,000. And so Timmy was excited. He worked his butt off, did everything he could. He ends up going all the way to senior year and graduating as valedictorian. And he gets 1,000 golf balls and he gets $1,000. And he is just beyond excited. Well, now Timmy's dad's getting a little older. Timmy goes to college. He gets married. He's having a kid. And Timmy's dad needs help. It's the middle of winter. So they go up and his dad says, Timmy, I need some help with this. There's not going to be a pop quiz. Don't worry. I need some help this weekend out at the cabin. Can you help me out at this cabin here? And Timmy says, yeah, sure, Dad. He said, well, what can I do to give it to you? He goes, well, give me 10,000 golf balls and $10,000 and I'll come out and help you all winter long. His dad's like, done. I'll do it for you. So he gives him 10,000 golf balls and $10,000 and Timmy takes them and he goes back. And they go up and they clear the snow at the cabin. They end up cutting in some trails and they do some switchbacks back and forth. And it was insane, all the work that they did. So they get all done with this and they start heading home. As they're heading home, the roads are a little icy. Everything's a little bit scary. And as they're coming through this, they realize a blizzard's hitting. So they try and get home as fast as they possibly can. Timmy's worried about his golf balls. His dad is worried about their families and getting home with them and everything. So as they're heading home, they realize that they have a small time span of when they can get through this without hitting the blizzard. They decide they're going to risk it and they're going to go. So they're leaving and they go and they go and they go. And Timmy's dad is like, Timmy, we need to be very careful because the roads are really icy. Everything's kind of a little bit scary. I want to make sure we're kept. And Timmy says, Dad, don't worry. I'm a really good driver. Everything's going to be fine. Well, they didn't make it in time and they hit the blizzard and they're coming around a corner and they hit some black ice. And Timmy starts spinning and he's keeping control, but unfortunately he hits and dives a little bit and the car starts to roll. And Timmy ends up getting hurt. He gets injured. And his dad grabs a phone and calls 911 and says, hey, we've been in an accident. We need you to come and help us and everything. My son, Timmy, is here And I don't know if he's going to make it if you guys don't get here in time. And so the ambulance is rushing and rushing and rushing. Timmy's dad knows that this is probably going to be the last time that he's with his son, and it's sad, and everything's there, and Timmy's relaying to his father, man, I thank you for everything, Dad. The life I have is the way you've motivated me, the way you and Mom raised me. Everything has been really good, and I wish there was more I could give to you. And Timmy's dad said, Timmy, I love this, everything's great, but can you tell me one thing before you go? And Timmy says, yeah, sure. And Timmy's dad said, what are all those golf balls for? And Timmy said, I've been using them for... And then Timmy died. That's the story. That's the story of Timmy and his golf balls that we never know. We never know what happened to it. It's stupid, but Timmy will be missed, and we'll never know what he did with those golf balls, where they went, and we'll never get the last 5 to 10 minutes of our lives back hearing about Timmy. So, and Timmy will never tell us anything else that happened to him. I want my money back. None of you paid for this. Nobody's getting any money back. You're not getting money back. You're not getting time back. But if anybody wants to send me a golf ball, by all means, I'll start collecting golf balls, because that was a horrible... I think the red tomatoes are good. That's what that is. Yeah, now you all have to wonder till we die what is going on with Timmy. Angela, you say that, but actually 3 new people joined the chat after the story was over. Everyone was all invested 100%. That's the whole point of this story. Man, that was my camp story. Every time we went to camp, that was my campfire camp story. It's evolved throughout the time, and I haven't told that story in like 10 years. I hope you hate the mystery box now, dude. I hope you hate the mystery box now, dude. Stevie unsubbed. Mystery box should be full of golf balls, is what it should be full of. Did you have his dad's contact? I can get 110 golf balls for cheap. I don't have Timmy's dad's contact, not at all. But you know what? If I could find it, it's probably in like a local newspaper from like 20 years ago when the story was published, and get it back to you. But yeah, no, that was my story that I would tell at camp every year, and everyone would have the exact same reaction. Why did we just waste 10 minutes listening? And I was so invested near the end. Like, what is he doing with all these golf balls? Why are these happening? What's going on? Hey, if you hit the thumbs down button, it still is interaction. That's totally helps. So I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I promise I tried to have a better story, but off the top of my head, I was like, man, the golf ball story is just the easiest story to tell. I also have a story about a sandwich, a really, really good sandwich, but that story we'll save for a different night. That story I want to wait until Maddie's here to tell, because I think Maddie would appreciate my sandwich story. It has nothing to do with the amazing sandwiches that I alluded to months ago when I was still living in Arizona to Maddie, but it is still a really good sandwich story that I think Maddie would appreciate. So I'm going to hold on to that. Finally, Kyle got dragged into it. Kyle here? Kyle is a balls enthusiast. When I was in high school, we had a soccer player on our team who had a soccer ball that was on fire on his calf. And we made some really poor jokes. They were hilarious, but we made some poor jokes to him. No club sandwich for Marty, because the autocorrect. That's how it all got started. Marty sucks. Nope. Never did that. Never did that, sharp guy. That was never my thing. It might have been someone else's, but it was never my thing. So. I think my wife's cousin is on this live. He texted me. He's like, I've never heard a story from you before, and I was confused. I was really confused. So he is one of the lurkers in here. I know you're in here. You lurker. You're lurking around. But it's okay. I appreciate you swinging by, so thank you very much. I prefer sourdough too, but for actually eating a sandwich, sharp guy. I like sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is really, really good. One time at golf camp, Timmy got balls and Timmy died. Reveal yourself. It's okay if people lurk. At least they're here supporting everything that's going on, so I appreciate that. But yeah. Ed Harrison, what's up? How you doing? Ed Harrison. This is the first time I'm seeing your name, so thank you for jumping up. I really appreciate the comment. Yeah, that really helps. I appreciate that a lot. So I was going to do a video the other day, and I thought I'd ask to see if it's something that y'all would even be interested in. I've been thinking about it for about 2 to 3 months since we moved into this house here. So we moved in our first day was actually Christmas Eve was the first night. We spent the night in here, and we slept on some sleeping bags and some camp mats, and we just had a cheap plastic table that we ate just so we could have, and we set up a fake tree, and we brought all of our Christmas presents over in our new house and just kind of sat here to give the kids a Christmas morning in our new house, which was good. It was kind of fun. So yeah. Hey, you have a good night, Nathan. Thanks for being a responsible adult. Go make money for knives. I mean, for being a responsible young adult. Awesome. Have a good night, Nathan. Thanks for swinging by. But ever since I got this spot kind of set up, I've been thinking about doing a kind of like behind the scenes video of this is what I set up. And this was the evolution of what I set up, how I started recording stuff. And I've got everything from like a couple of the original things that I used to record to like the equipment that I use now, why I chose this equipment for the channel, what I've used for the channel, how I've learned from the channel. I don't do a ton of editing on any of my videos if you've seen, but the editing I do, like the programs that I use, one of the best ones I've found, what's up Ground Fog, is CapCut, which y'all are probably familiar with because all of you seem to be more up to date with social media than I am. And I'm still just catching up with all this stuff. But yeah, so I thought it'd be an interesting video. It's something that when I started doing this, I started looking at not just knife content, but like YouTube content and video content and editing content and stuff like that and everything. I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing because I know in the last year there have been more and more channels popping up and more people kind of interested in some of this stuff. And I thought it would be interesting to show, hey, here's the things that I found that worked well. Here's the things that I found that sucked. And I wouldn't, if I go back, I wouldn't do that again. Like these lights are cool. They're kind of nice, but they were also an Amazon deal day. I got the 2 of these things for $20. That's awesome. Most of the times you get lights like that, they're actually really expensive. And it's surprising how expensive they are for what they are. But you can change the colors on them. You can do that stuff and everything. So I was like, oh, that'd be kind of a cool little thing to put in the background. These foam pads that I got, stuff like going into like why I have them and what they're here for and how they help and if it's even there. I thought that would be kind of a fun video, but y'all can let me know if that'd be something you'd even be interested in taking a look at, because I don't want to waste the time recording it if it's something that no one else is interested in at all. And then I have been doing kind of a like behind the scenes looking for the best budget knife from like nationwide retailers. So, and by best budget knife, I set a limit of $20. So I'm trying to find some of the best knives under $20, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a video. And right now, surprisingly enough, the top contender is an Ozark Trail knife from Walmart. And I got an Ozark Trail pack of 3 knives, and they're fantastic. They're stupid how good they are. The steel's not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to be something like we're used to. It's not even going to be anything that most of us would ever, for the most part, really carry. But in a pinch, it's going to be something that'll be good that you can grab. And $8 for 3 knives. That's what it was. It was $8 for 3 knives. They're all 440 steel. They're 3 different blade types and locking mechanisms and stuff like that and everything. And they're pretty epic. So I've been low key trying to find, what's up, El Cap? How you doing? I've been low key trying to find a, loving this thing 100%. It's literally been in my pocket every day. Trying to find some of the best budget knives out there that anyone could afford. That's kind of the whole point of the budget knife series that I've been trying to find stuff for. So in addition to the cool pass around knives that I get and everything, I've been trying to invest more into what I think most people on the internet, not collectors, not the community, but most people want to see is what's a good cheap knife and where can I find it type thing. So bowing stock is down. Killing a whistleblower is not helping the portfolio at all by any means. My wife told me something about that, how there was a whistleblower for Boeing and then they were found dead in their truck. And it was initially, it was saying it was self-inflicted wounds, but there's a lot of conspiracy around it, which is crazy to think stuff like that happens. But I know even last night, so the community I live in, there was some weird dude walking around last night with a wine bottle in a hand at 3 a.m. And he was not our house, thankfully, but like the end of the block all the way down over by the boonies area where you get towards the river and all the weeds and stuff like that. Apparently he tried like 4 or 5 doors. Like he actually tried their door and they caught him on like Ring cameras and doorbell cameras and stuff like that, just like trying to check it out. And then he would stand there and he would like look at the door, or he would space out and look into like the road. And then he'd lift up his bottle and then he'd put his bottle down. And I was watching all these videos today and I was like, holy crap, what is going on with these people? They're on something for sure. So I'm very thankful that he didn't come to my house because that would not have been good. So he just said the 787 program sucks, which it does. All right. I don't know anything about the 787 program. So if it does suck, that's good to know. I won't fly a 787 or fly on a 787. Oh, thanks, Palmer. Thanks for letting us know. If it was just you, I will let the rest of the community know that it was just you. They've got nothing to worry about. What is up? Checking in real quick. Calling out a ton. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate you. Appreciate all the support on all the videos too. I think you are one of my most regular watchers and you watch all my videos and you comment on almost every single one too. So I very much appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Yeah, Palmer, get it together. You stop walking around random communities with a wine bottle. Have a good night, Anna. So thank you for swinging by. Appreciate the support, even for a little bit. It means a lot. Appreciate that. So I recently pulled this out of my collection to use as a side-by-side comparison, and I forgot how much I really liked this knife. This is the Civivi Sokoke. Came out last year, year before last year. I think it's a 2023 Laconico release with Civivi, and this thing is sweet. I really what's up, Josh Worth? Good afternoon, evening for us. But I really like this, especially for a budget knife. Feels really good, is nice. There's nothing about this that is crazy by any means. It's just kind of a plain generic knife. But if there's one thing, oh, come on. Let's see if we can get this. Gonna have to do a close up. Oh no, you didn't. Oh man, now we're gonna have to do the whole stream like this. So you guys are just gonna have to watch my face for a little bit while we pull this back and see if it works. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's nothing about this that is like too crazy, but it is definitely, if Laconico knows anything, he knows how to create a like super dialed knife, and that's no brainer. But this thing is ridiculously well done and dialed like nothing else. It's a sweet knife, and it is really nice. See, battery just went out. I'm gonna have to charge that after this. Fabulously boring in the best way. Every single Laconico knife, well said. Fabulously boring in the best way. Up your right nostril. Thanks, Crispy. I'll get that later. I was wondering what it was. I've been digging around for a crazy booger, but glad to know that it's just a pimple up there. Ooh, that's too bright. I'm trying to turn this thing off. There we go. Yeah, it's been definitely interesting to... Man, it's still blurry and it's driving me crazy. Like, that's really good focus. There we go. Finally. Whew! Took a little bit. What's up, Crispy? Palmer, Ed Harris. Is Cole here? Mark Parks, I see that. Hey! You are here! What's up? How you doing, Cole? I didn't see you swing in. Appreciate you swinging by. Last time you hit it just at the end of the little live that we jumped in on it. Now you're here a little bit earlier. Appreciate that. We're very appreciative to have you here. But yeah. Speaking of all the like stupid little things that we were talking about, this is another one of those stupid little things that I got. Has different color lights to it for the whole YouTube video thing, and these were like $5. But they were cool, and they add a little bit of extra ambience and light and stuff like that and everything. And so I don't know if I'll ever do a video like that. Just woke up from a light unintentional nap. I took a light nap earlier today, and it ended up being a 2-hour nap, hour and a half, hour 45, hour and a half nap. But I don't get naps that often, so I very much appreciate naps. It's not a camera though. Well, I guess it is. It's a webcam. That would be, cam is short for camera. So yeah, I will wipe off the camera eventually. There shouldn't be anything on it. Nobody touches it, so I don't know why it gets dirty. But sometimes it just doesn't want to focus. It's also a fairly cheap webcam. I should be using this camera that I do my videos with, because I can use it as webcam for stuff like this, but I don't, because I don't know if I have the correct attachment piece to like stand it up properly so it looks good and all that stuff and everything. And then it would just, last time I did, it kept disconnecting because it says you can wirelessly connect, but that's false. It didn't work very well when I did that last time, so that was that. But yeah, I said I wasn't going to, but I am going to. I just can't buy anything, but if I'm here, I might as well look at a little bit of cool knives and stuff like that. So I'm going to look at a little bit of blade bend. A little dust can really mess with the focus. Well, that's good to know. I'm in a garage where lots of dust happens. I'm going to look at blade binge, but I can't buy anything. So let's make sure that I don't buy anything. Although I'm going to look at quite a few things. I just can't buy any of them. So I'm going to go ahead. The Shaman for 190. That's okay. There is a brand new... That's not titanium. Penguin titanium, but that's not titanium. That's carbon fiber. Unless the other side is titanium, which I'm assuming it is. Yeah. There's a brand new kind of premium jigs tie penguin. I believe it's a button lock too. And it is pretty sweet. EMP Nimble. Pizza operator, what's up? I don't know if you're here, but you're selling this. I'm looking at it because I like it. And $275 is actually a really good price for that. But I can't buy anything, so I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just looking. William Berry with the Feel Good. Oh, that's the limoncello too. Slip joint. That's the limoncello, the yellow one, and that is really good. 220 OBO. The Relative. Ooh, brass topo scales for a smock. Dang, those are slick. I really like my smock a lot. Those are sick. Those are really nice. I want a mini smock, and I saw one a couple weeks ago, and I almost jumped on it, but I didn't want to waste one of my 6 knives on a mini smock, so I chose not to. And I'm not kicking myself because I know there will be more, but the crosshatch on this Strider is... Let's see if there's a better picture of it. I think it's just crosshatch on a G10. I thought it was going to be... Yeah, it's just G10. I zoomed in on that picture and you were able to tell that's just crosshatch on a G10 for sure, but... I will keep telling myself that until I talk myself into it. I'm going to try not to look at knives when I'm broke or saving my unicorn. Let's get back to Billy Binge real quick. The only thing different between this and the budget Pagos is it is M390 in titanium. I have this, the premium one. It's actually really good. 150 is not a bad price for it. I think they were 180 originally. So 150 is not a bad price, especially if it's in good shape. But I have that one already. I really like what Migron has been doing. Ooh, Hog House. There's a couple... This thing is really... The milling like this, I want to know, and then the cross this way too. I want to know how much effort and time it actually takes to do like the two-way milling like that. Because, I mean, this knife is beautiful. I always get skeptical with, because I've held some $600 knives that have been just kind of garbage. Oh, come on. B Sharp P&W. 380. How much were these things originally? Probably about that. Come on. This is the other version that I almost got. So I got this one with the Arctic Storm, but I almost got that because what I wanted to do was I wanted to put the blue scales on that and put the black and white scales on the satin finish like this. That's why I was like, come on, why are you doing this to me? Beaver was right. I'm going to talk myself into something, so I should probably stop looking, but I won't because I'm a foolish person. And I won't talk myself into anything. Squirrel. It's exactly what happens. You get to those squirrel moments and it just happens. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to skip the next page. Full custom Arno Bernard. Terrain. I think I've seen all these. The knife standards, paramilitary. Yeah. I have seen all of these. I'm curious if the Zons are still up there. No. Well, I'm typing and it's not even. You know how many times I do that? Zon. Is it 1A? I think the Zons are gone. Those do not stay available very long by any means. So for all the trash talking people want to do. Night, Stevie. Thanks for swinging by. NyQuil's kicking in and fading fast. Nighty night. See y'all late night. Said faction. Late night said faction will be fun. Debuting epic new thumbnail. Sweet. That'll be good. So I keep wondering, for all the people who say Zon with an insignia blade would be pretty sick. All the people who say that Zons are trash, and I know there are more than just one, but there are people who say they are, but they do not stay on the market long. And they are not. Hey, what's up? I want to know if Maddie was lurking. Maddie, how long have you been here? We were talking about you earlier, and now you show up just out of the blue, not lurking at all, just randomly showing up 20 minutes after we talk. Sure suspicious. Sure suspicious there. Stevie just left and Maddie swings in. I think we got one lurker leaving and another lurker coming. This is what happens. But appreciate you swinging in, Maddie. For all the people who hate Zons, I think they don't stay available that long, so they can't be that bad of it. I mean, this is a horrible point or opinion horrible point that comes through. But if it's really that bad of a knife, why is it never available? Two ways: because it's never available because people can't sell it, or is it never available because it sells so fast? And that's where I stand on. I've never checked out a Zon, but I do have a large Inkosi. People don't like the Zon. Also, people that don't like the Zon also value fidget factor. That's very true. I would probably bet that's a lot of it. There's a huge kind of subset of the community that wants a knife. I don't have any like major fidget monsters right here next to me, but I guess even the Laconico, it's not a crazy fidget monster, but you can reverse flick, you can thumb flick, you can front flip off of it like that. The huge part of the community that wants that fidget factor is where the Zon is gone, and people want to be able to reverse flick and fun and have crazy stuff like that. And if they can't do that, or they can't drop it like that, then they think it's a bad knife. But it's not necessarily a bad knife. It's just a different knife, and it's made differently, and it has different uses and reasons for it. You're not going to have that same action on a knife necessarily always there. Now you can get action like that on a washer knife. Harsey 4-inch. Bring that in for kind of an understanding. Also, for those of you who don't realize, I saw a picture, but I also didn't fully understand the difference between the 4-inch and the 3.25-inch Harsey. There is both of them side by side, so it is a lot smaller, but it is kind of a perfect size for me and what I carry and for like the office work that I do and stuff. So I'm never getting rid of this. This 4-inch Harsey is going to be in my collection forever, and I really like that. But I'll never get rid of this either because it is fantastic little knife for me to carry around. And S45VN is a good steel that I like a lot. So yeah. I have a video with the Zon that just posted maybe a couple days ago, maybe this last week. And it wasn't my Zon. It wasn't this one. It was one that I was borrowing. I think the video is called "The Hype is Real" or something like that, or the hype. It has something about that in it. But I had a video. It was one that I was borrowing from Steve Klur, and then in the last live that we did last week, I ended up finding one that I wanted to purchase because they don't come along very often on Blade Binge. And then Ian G was in the chat and said he had one he'd sell me, so I bought this off of Ian G last week, and he sent it through and it came over. But I'm not rich enough to hate the Zon. It's a great comment. It's a great comment from someone with a Koenig Arius. I'm not rich enough to hate the Zon. Yeah, well, I'm not rich enough to own an Arius. I won't say I hate an Arius, but they should have a medium Harsey. A medium Harsey would be really good. This is just so you're clear, Maddie. This is my Arius right here. This is my Arius. It's a magnetic detent. Absolutely love it. And it's got the really nice natural fiber blade as well as the natural scales on it. It's pretty amazing. I really much like that. It's a good one. But to get to Twang Thing, yeah, there should be one on the channel from this past week. It was Steve Klur's on, and then I went and bought this one. And then I will have probably another video with this after I get some more time carrying this and have it in pocket for a while. But I really, really like this on. It's Chris Reeves, CRK, Chris Reeves Knives. Just, I want to say about a year and a half maybe. The Arius is a tedious clone. Yep. I actually, because I wanted an Arius so bad, for Christmas, my family got me the G10 Tidius because they didn't, obviously you can't buy an Arius all the time, especially in that, but I did get the poor man's Arius. And by the poor man's Arius, I mean I really got the poor man's Arius because it's got the G10. I didn't even get the aluminum or titanium scales, but this thing is pretty awesome. And I've only held one Arius, and I will say that from what I can remember, I like this more than the Arius that I held. And that's full honesty. I'm not saying that because I don't have one. I love the way the Arius looks. The Arius that I held, it either had some weird action to it, it wasn't well maintained, something. It was not good. And so this is I really like this. So if you want an Arius, but your budget doesn't want you to buy an Arius, or your wallet doesn't want you to buy an Arius, this Kubi right here is fantastic. And it actually is really good. Really nice flipper on the back. It has a great reverse flick in there. This thing's pretty sweet. So is the Zon the Noom nut sandwich call it? Yep, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Zon. I've got the purple 3.25 and I really like it. And one thing I wasn't fully aware of, which was like a happy surprise, was the kind of hand satin finish to the scale there. You can see the striations in it, and this thing is sweet. It is so nice. It is so nice. Yeah, you do have to be some kind of dumb to make an Arius have bad action. But I will say it was at a knife show, and it may not even be a real Arius to my understanding, after the fact, I was with someone else who was like, yeah, that doesn't, something about that seems off. And so I didn't want to buy it for the price they had, but it wasn't good. And so I don't know if I've actually held a real Arius before. And I don't know if I will, because they're so dang expensive. And I have kind of moved away from knives that are north of $400, with the exception of 2 or 3 in there, because I feel like I only need a couple safe queens, and I try and use the majority of my knives. So yeah. Key point in fact, 4-inch Harcy, really great knife. I got this for $300 on Blade Binge. It was a fantastic steal, and I could not pass it up. Does AliExpress make an Arius? Can you get a clone Arius? I haven't seen a clone to Arius yet, so that's the only reason I'm asking. Because if you can get a clone to Arius, I could almost 100% say that it was. Oh, no way, El Cap. I did not realize that. Okay. That makes it, that's why I didn't realize it was going to be the hand satin finish, the hand rub satin finish like that. And I love it. I think it's awesome. Also, El Cap, are you still here? Are you still here, El Cap? I saw this like maybe 2 minutes ago, but are you still here? Let me know in the chat. Yes, they do make one. That's crazy. It could have been. El Cap, can I share the other thing that you sent me with the community? I didn't know if you want people to know about it, of like your skills or whatnot. I don't know why you wouldn't, but I just wanted to make sure it was okay with you that can I share the other thing that you sent me? No. Okay, cool. $83.16 gets you an Arius on AliExpress. That's ridiculous. Times that by 100, and it is what an Arius costs here. What are the colors of the fakes? It was the fake that, or I don't know if it was a fake that I saw, but the one that I saw was a rose gold. It was just kind of the titanium and rose gold. It was pretty sweet. You're right, Palmer. It's late. You are right. Palmer, you should be a moderator now, so you can share the link. You are right, Paul Mills. I was looking at it and I was thinking 2 extra zeros off of the 8th, but it's 83, so 83 times 10. So yeah. No problem, Cap. Please do share a link though, because I want to see this if you find it. El Cap, have you? I'm assuming maybe, but have you climbed El Cap? Follow any links at your own risk. SMKE, Knives Koenig, D2 blade, bronze anodized. Yeah. I didn't realize you could get a Koenig on. Dang, that's crazy. 200 days on big walls. That's insane, El Cap. Yes, you can follow. It is a good looking clone. First time you climbed it, you were 18. That's pretty sweet. That's I would never, I don't think I would ever have the strength to continue and do El Cap, especially knowing that some people take 3-4 days to climb it. I would never have the strength to do anything for like a speed record or anything like that. But the fact that some people take days to climb it, I don't think I would have the endurance to do something like that. And I don't have the time right now to invest into it as much as I would love to, but that's really cool. Palmer, I'm 17 and sitting on a couch. I gotta get climbing. What's up, Winchester? First time listener, long time caller. Thanks for joining in. I'm only gonna be hanging out for about probably another 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna be culling it because I do have to work tomorrow as well, and it's getting a little bit late. It's 10:45 here-ish for me, but thanks. Watching people climb things makes my knees turn to jello. Watching people climb things makes me want to climb things more. If y'all haven't seen Alone on the Wall or read the Alone on the Wall book, that's a really good one. And I'm sure everyone's seen the free solo video, or if you haven't, you've heard of it. Those are like two of the most popular ones up there. But Angelo, 1242, dang, get to sleep. That's what I'm gonna do. Sleep is good. Seneca Rocks in West Virginia. There's also some really good areas in the Red Rocks too. It's pretty bad. You know, make fakes of most knives, everything from Vero to Grismo, Quiet Carry to Chavez. That's insane. I knew there were some really popular ones out there that were cloned, but I guess I didn't realize how many clones were out there. Golly, Palmer. I'm horizontally on the floor. No way. Just knocked off a jar full of marbles onto the floor. You're saying there's a clone EXO? That's insane. Chavez clone is so perfect. There are some clones that I think are yeah, go ahead, post the link. I'll follow it. There are some clones that are ridiculously good to be first point. I have seen some clones. I actually had someone so I work at a place that sells Benchmade knives, and I had someone try and return a bug out clone that they got off of AliExpress as the bug out that they bought from us. And I was able to tell it was a clone right away. And I was like, hey, man, this isn't the right knife. Like, I'm sorry, I can't accept this as a return. But if you bring back the actual Benchmade, we can. And he said that's what was in the box. And I was like, I can't help you, man. We check all of our boxes before we sell them to make sure they are. And if this was the case, we would have caught it. We can reach out to Benchmade and ask them to help you out with this, all the stuff and everything. But someone tried to return a bug out clone as one. And that was like maybe a year ago or so. And that was when I started realizing how widespread clones were and how many of them were out there. And looks like they're even more than I thought too, which is crazy. Had about 500 feet of fixed lines of head start. Dang. That's a good one. Paul Mills lost his marble. Yes, he did. I want to know why you had a full jar of marbles in the first place. And what were you doing with them that you dropped them on a concrete ground so they spilled everywhere? Were they in a glass jar? Yes, clones do suck. They're stupid. Were they in a glass jar or were they in like a tub? Did the glass jar break? Because I would be more worried about the glass if that's the case rather than the clones themselves. That's the clones, the marbles themselves. Look at me, I'm talking about clones. Getting so sleepy tired. But. All right, it's 10:45. I've done a little, really close to about an hour and a half for this, and that's kind of what I was shooting for. I'm gonna call it a night, but check in on the 16th. We will have our first video post. I say we, but it's just me. I will have my first video posted with my new kind of view. So we've got 2 cameras now. So I did some editing to put that in there, and I think it's pretty sweet. And so we will have down here, you'll see my face as you get the top down view of everything. And that's all I'm really going to do is just kind of make it a little bit more so you can see my face as I'm interacting and messing with the knives and stuff like that. I think it's a little bit more fun. I personally like watching those videos more because you see the face of the person who's looking at it and you can talk. It feels like it's right there. And then you see the top down of it as well. Jim Short, I'm still up. Lurked till the end. That's awesome. Oh man, that was quite the lurk going on there. Glad you made it to the end. I don't know if I am glad because you were trying to fall asleep. So I hope you're able to get to sleep. And thanks for hanging out till the end as well. Yeah. Unite Winchester, Paul, Ed Harris, Angelo, Josh Worth, Knife Nut, Cole from Broke. Thank you very much. And Maddie, if you're still there lurking, appreciate you swinging in here at the end. And I will catch y'all next time. We'll probably be doing this again next week sometime. So just stay tuned and see you guys later. Thanks.